Good morning. Happy Monday. Gonna go live everywhere. Give me 1 second. Good to see you guys. Say hi if you're watching me live. Good morning. Okay. Super excited to talk about Black Friday. Hello, hello. Good to see everybody. Say hi if you're watching. Okay, so I'm excited today. I might have to be on and off with my glasses depending on whether I can read my notes. But I'm super excited today to be talking about Black Friday. But first, a couple of announcements. My last Monday morning live Monday morning style session of the year will be December 15th. December 22nd and December 29th will be pre-recorded Monday morning style sessions as I will be on vacation in Europe at that time. But every Monday morning at 9, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook, you can catch me live here. Nice to see you, Pam. Nice to see you guys. Okay, so that's my first announcement. My second announcement, good morning, Connie. My second announcement is, so the first one is last Monday morning style session, December 15th of the year. That's live. The last two of the year will be pre-recorded. Good to see you, Susan. Nice to see you. And then the second announcement is December 8th to the 10th is my last masterclass. It's a masterclass series. We're going to be focusing on tying outfits together, putting outfits together, accessorizing, all of the things. So you won't want to miss that, December 8th to the 10th. The link is everywhere. Let me know if you need it. Just comment masterclass and I'll share it with you. But that starts, I guess that's 2 weeks from today. Okay, so today we have a lot to cover. We're talking about Black Friday. My glasses will probably be coming on and off because I did not print out my notes huge because I have a lot of them. I have a lot of them. It would have been like a book to print out. Hello, nice to see you guys. Okay, so let's talk about my topic about whether Black Friday is dead. Is Black Friday dead in 2025? So I started noticing this trend, and I think we've all noticed this trend in the last couple of years where I was like, what's going on? Like, why is Black Friday not seeming like it's as big of a deal as it used to be? And why does it seem like there are always deals? So we weren't making this up. We were not imagining things. The truth is that Black Friday is no longer just one day. And I think that that's good news for anyone who is looking to shop with sanity, not shop in panic mode. And what we're all seeing, and I think what we've all observed, is that Black Friday often starts earlier in November now, mid-November, in some cases in early November, and it continues through Christmas. It is not just one day anymore. What I've noticed as I've been researching and working on my Black Friday videos and my shopping videos that will air this week is that a lot of brands are offering early access Black Friday. Most of the sites that I was on had like early access sales. And how do you access those sales? You go on the website. Like, that's all there is to it. In some cases, it's like an email access, but most of the time brands are offering early access sales. So we're able to get the sales and the deals earlier. That means we're able to strategize better. That means we're able to plan better. And the sales are happening all November and pretty much all December. The other thing that I've noticed, and another trend that has been a big trend, is that a lot of sales have shifted from Black Friday to Cyber Monday. So a lot of like the one-day sales. There are fewer one-day sales. First of all, there are fewer one-day sales. Most of them are taking place over that whole 6-7 week time span. But then the one-day sales that are happening, a lot of them are happening on Cyber Monday. Now, unless you're buying tech, like big tech, like a big TV or an expensive phone or AirPods or whatever, the Black Friday one-day sale or the Cyber Monday one-day sale are not really applicable. They're not applicable to any other major category. And they definitely do not apply to fashion. So fashion is on sale all month in November and most of the month in December. And then we're going to see post-Christmas sales, as we all know, in January. So the panic that we used to feel to get the best deals just doesn't apply. Yes, it makes so much more sense because we're not scrambling like we used to get like, that one deal on that one item. There are very, very few things that now there are going to be viral things, like really, really trendy things that might sell out early, or might be a special price for a limited time, but we're really seeing far, far less of that in fashion and even in beauty. So it's not a day, it's a season. It's not a day, it's a season. Sales run from early November through Christmas. Cyber Monday often has bigger deals. The best deals often happen this week, not Friday. Like this entire week is when all of these sales are going to be happening. So if you're looking for something special, you want to be looking now. You don't want to wait till Friday. And so I do have videos coming out. I do have shopping guides coming out underneath this video, and in all the different places. I'm going to have my shopping resources. So I will have my catalog link. I will have my LTK link, and I'll have my Amazon link. I'm trying to keep those updated. So retailers spread the promotions to avoid shipping chaos and to encourage early shopping. It's better for them and it's better for us. Brands shifted because we shifted. Like we decided we prefer to not be panicking about whether the item is going to come in time. We prefer to shop early and know we're going to get the item in time. We prefer to be able to check things off of our list. Nobody wants to be panicking to all buy the same, 10 items on Black Friday and maybe or maybe not get them in time. Maybe they'll be out of stock. Maybe, whatever. Like I think we're all just over that. We become much savvier consumers. We want calm, not frenzy. So the old doorbuster culture is over, and I am very, very happy to see it go. There are fewer one-day only steals, more extended promos, and often we'll see the same discounts for weeks. Okay, what's still worth buying on Black Friday? Let's talk about that. Tech and appliances, which I don't really talk about here. Nobody wants my opinion on tech because I will not give you the right one. Anytime I've ever bought a tech gift in my life, there's been a problem with it. So, but tech and appliances are still big categories for Black Friday. We're still seeing quite a bit of outerwear and premium cashmere and beauty gift sets that have maybe like one day only deals. But even those are getting fewer and fewer. Fashion, however, tends to stay at similar discounts all month. So the rest of fashion, really, it doesn't matter whether you buy it on Black Friday, on Cyber Monday, or whether you buy it today. Like it's still going to be at the same discount. Okay, what to skip or wait on during these sales? The deep winter items, like January often has better items, puffer coats and things like that on clearance. Of course, January is going to be the tail end of when you want to be wearing them, maybe. So if you need coats, obviously you need coats. But if you're just looking at some fun coats, consider waiting till January when the deal on like really, really cozy puffers, not like classic wool coats, which I'm covering in tomorrow's video, but really the really, really cozy stuff often is on a deeper discount in January. Dressy holiday outfits, mid-December is the best time to be buying dressy holiday outfits. So if you don't have, anything to really dress up for until the second half of the month, then consider waiting until mid-December to buy some of these pieces. The other thing I would skip is really trend-driven pieces that you're unsure about, because this is what happens with sales in general and not just Black Friday. They push the stuff forward that isn't selling often. That's not true of everything, but if like a brand is known for jeans or a brand is known for sweaters, that's a great thing to pick up on Black Friday. But if they're trying to sell like all the super uber trendy tops that are in style for a second, those tops that are not selling are going to get a deep discount on Black Friday. And so you want to ask yourself, am I buying this? This is the eternal question to ask ourselves. Am I buying this because it's on sale, or am I buying it because I want it and because it deserves to take up some of that precious real estate in my wardrobe? Am I going to really be wearing this, or am I excited because it's X brand and it happens to be on sale? The next thing you want to skip or wait on, a brand with a super short return window. You want to check return windows in during the holiday season, because some brands are shortening their return windows, especially on really deeply discounted items. Okay, let's talk about some smart shopping strategies. First of all, you want to know the real price and be able to identify fake sales. So you ideally want to be shopping, and I'm talking about this in tomorrow's video, you want to be shopping for items that you want, and you do not want to be led by the retailer or by the store to tell you what it is you want for Black Friday, or what it is you should be shopping for. You want to go in with a list, right? Like I've talked about this in the past. If we don't go in with a list, we're going to end up leaving with the fashion equivalent of, donuts and ho-hos in our grocery shopping cart, right? Like it's stuff that it is not at all beneficial, but just seemed fun in the moment. So what we want to do is we want to go in with a list. And then if you know what you're looking for and you know the categories you're shopping for, you're going to have an idea of the prices, and you're not going to be able to be easily duped by a brand saying this was 150 items, $150 when you knew it was really 100 or whatever, because we will see a little, some pricing games. Another thing is, so you want to know what the real price is. Many 40% off tags are the same sale from last month. We're seeing a lot of this return. MSRP isn't always real. You might want to consider using some price checking tools. The next thing, make a list before you shop. You want to make a list of your needs. You want to make a list of the gifts that you're shopping for, and you want to make a list of possible fun extras you're looking for. Like maybe you're looking for an evening bag, or maybe you're looking for a pair of statement earrings, or maybe you're looking for like a novelty sweater or a novelty accessory that's just holiday specific. So maybe those are the items that you shop only if they're on great deals. And then, like what are you actually needing this season that you can pick up on Black Friday or during this sale season for a good discount? That's the way we need to be looking at it. Again, we need to be leading the sales and not letting the sales lead us. And then we're going to avoid, because you guys are with me and we are smart shoppers, we're going to avoid the two biggest traps. The two biggest traps, you know what they are: buying it because it's a deal. It's only a deal if you end up wearing it, and you end up wearing it a lot and you end up loving it. It's not a deal just because it's on sale. It's not a deal just because it's on sale. Second trap is to buying lots of versions of the exact same thing because it's easy. So we don't want to fall into that duplicate trap where you're like, oh, I'm going to buy another, I have, 15 black sweaters. I'm going to buy number 16 because it's on sale. And, I know I wear black sweaters. So again, it's really about us going in with a plan and not letting the sales create the plan for us. Okay, so I'm going to give you a couple of kind of stylist strategies for shopping the sales. The first is what I call the pre-cart audit. So ask yourself when things are in the cart before you click buy or check out or whatever, do I already own something similar? Does this fill a gap in my wardrobe? This is the big one, will I still want this next fall or winter? Will I still want this next fall or winter? If it's something uber trendy that you can't imagine yourself wearing next season, think twice before buying it, right? And then, would I buy it at full price? If I could afford this at full price, would I buy it at full price? That's the question to ask yourself. So the 4 questions: do I already own something similar? Does it fill a gap in my wardrobe? Will I still want this next fall or winter? And does it, would I buy it at full price? Next, you want to ask, the next strategy is the 1 in, 1 out rule. This is especially for collectors. If you are in maintenance mode with your wardrobe and not in build mode, I've talked about this in the past. Build mode means that you do not have a lot right now. You've gone through some sort of transition and you are working with a limited wardrobe. And so you're in the process of rebuilding your wardrobe. Maintenance mode means that you've got a lot and you're in the process of maintaining your current wardrobe. And so if you're in maintenance mode, and especially if you're in maintenance mode and happen to be a collector, someone who likes to have a lot of variety and likes to have a lot of things in their wardrobe, consider the 1 in, 1 out rule. We've all heard this. If you buy a new black sweater, you need to get rid of the, one of the black sweaters that you have that you don't love or wear as much. So it helps prevent closet clutter. And it's a great thing to do with items that we often have a lot of duplicates of, like sweaters, like shoes, like bags. Okay, next, consider category budgeting. Set limits by category. Like, I'm not going to spend more than $150 on sweaters. I'm not going to spend more than, $200 on this gift for this very special person, whatever that is. Like, kind of set a limit for yourself. I like to call it a spending plan, not a budget. The B word is not one I use often around here, but you want to have an idea of what you're comfortable spending in specific categories. It's more flexible and realistic than item by item budgeting. So like, for example, if you need a couple of new sweaters, say, okay, I'm not going to spend more than $200 on sweaters this season. I'm not going to spend more than, $25 on a single item. Maybe you decide to spend that whole $200 on one beautiful sweater, which is what I would recommend, or on 2 or 3 beautiful sweaters, rather than spending the $200 on 12 sweaters, right? Because we're going for quality over quantity. Next, protect your return window. Know how long you've got to return items. This is so critical. Some brands shorten return windows. Check the return policy before buying. Stick to brands with easy returns, especially when buying gifts or from brands that you're not that familiar with. Okay, build around your personal style and color palette. the clothes that you're buying and the items that you're buying need to work with your existing wardrobe. I've said this in the past, but if you have to build an entirely new wardrobe around this unicorn item that you just bought, that item doesn't belong in your wardrobe. If you're like, oh my gosh, this is such a perfect sweater, all I need is a new pair of pants, new shoes, new accessories, and like a different kind of coat, and then I need to style it differently, and then I need to live in a different place, that item does not belong in your wardrobe. Okay. How to shop in a way that builds your wardrobe. You want to prioritize the things that are really the workhorse pieces in our wardrobe. So outerwear, cashmere, boots, denim, jewelry, loungewear and PJs, travel basics if you travel. I will be covering a lot of these categories tomorrow, but you want to prioritize the items that you are going to wear the most. I'm going to say this, and I'll say this 150 more times. Spend the most on the things that you wear the most. Don't spend a ton of money on cocktail dresses and sparkly tops. If you're on a budget, spend the most on the things that you're going to get the most use out of. Avoid things to avoid on sale, extremely seasonal holiday pieces, unless you're a Christmas sweater type of person, or you've got a Christmas sweater type of event and you'll be able to wear it in subsequent years. But really, like, things that are very, very specific. I still never understand why people will gift like Christmas PJs on Christmas Day. You're like, well, don't you want that for the whole month in advance? So just be careful with those seasonal items like that. Also, colors you rarely wear, don't really like, that don't go with the rest of your color palette, but you see it on sale and you're like, well, that's an odd color, but it's such a great cashmere sweater. I'm going to buy it in this random color that just doesn't, I'm going to have a hard time wearing. Sale only items from big box stores, like items that sometimes are just on sale, just come in and they're created specifically for the sales. You want to make sure that you're getting like a real, whatever that real thing is. And then items that you're buying just because they're cheap. Okay. We know that. Okay. So I'm going to talk about the 4 rules of smart shopping. Shop early, buy early. The sales are not just happening on the 28th. They're not just happening on the 28th. Thank you. Good morning. We sales are happening now. You can buy I've actually done a lot of my holiday shopping, and I've done it early, and I've taken advantage of Black Friday deals. We don't have to wait till Friday to be shopping. They started like weeks ago, and they're going to continue through Christmas. Buy intentionally. Prioritize your needs over your wants. I hate to say this as much as you need to hear it, but if you really need a new coat, you need to buy the new coat first, and then you can buy the sparkly pumps later. Not trying to be the bearer of bad news. Buy quality. 1 great piece beats 5 cheap items. So that's why I'd like you to come up with a category. Like maybe your category for shoes this season is whatever, $300. I'm just making it up. I'd rather have you buy a couple that are awesome than buy 12 inexpensive pairs. And then buy without panic. There will always be more sales. I always say this is not a once in a lifetime shopping opportunity. It's not. There's very, very, very few of those. There are a couple of viral beauty items and fashion items that do sell out. And so if you're buying those, often those are things that our teenagers are asking for or whatever. Sure, shop those as early. You want to shop those as early as you can in the moment they go on sale. Otherwise, there's nothing to panic about. There just isn't. There isn't. Everything is still going to continue to be on sale, and it will be on sale through January. Let's face it. We have all seen this now. Okay, I'm going to talk about advanced strategic shopping tips that I think we should all be following. Number 1 is the full outfit or nothing rule. So a sale top is worthless if it doesn't complete an outfit. So if you can't instantly style an item into a couple of full outfits, don't buy it. Again, if you've got to build a whole new wardrobe to buy that one item, you do not need that item. This prevents the random sale orphans that don't integrate into your wardrobe. You really want to ask yourself about new items. Does this work with what I already have? Or does it look like a random closet goblin got into my closet and inserted this item in because it just doesn't go with anything else? Number 2, build around your big 3. These are the ones I'm talking about tomorrow. Coats, boots, and bags. Good morning, everybody. Coats, boots, and bags are 3 things that are absolutely like fundamental to fall winter style. And so a lot of times they're the only things that people are going to see. So make sure that obviously that you're prioritizing these purchases, but also choose a signature trio for winter. So your coat, your boot, your bag. What are the three pieces in winter that are like your signatures? And you want to make sure that anything else that you're bringing into your wardrobe goes with your current like formula with your boot, your bag, and your coat. Everything else should harmonize with those items. And if you're like, oh, well, I can get that sweater if I buy new outerwear, or I buy a new bag, or I buy new, boots or whatever, consider passing on that item. Okay, but you want to know what your signature trio is: your boot, your coat, your bag for the season. Shop by cost per wear, not price. We know that. We know that, right? An orphanage of ugly clothes. Yes. We know that we want to look at things by cost per wear, but often it's easy to forget, and we get tempted by the $20 pleather bag that is going to hold up for, maybe 3 uses, when we can get a $50 leather bag and use it for years. So really think about cost per use of an item. A cocktail dress or a cocktail top is not going to get, the cost per use is never going to be as low as it is going to be on a cozy sweater that you can wear week after week. A $250 cashmere sweater worn 30 times is $8.33 cents per wear. A $29 polyester sweater worn twice is $14.50 per wear. And so this changes the entire decision making, right? Like if we really look at it that way, those random one-off items become much less appealing. Okay, identify number or letter D of my strategies. Identify your most worn items and then upgrade those. Upgrade your most worn items. So most women wear a couple of coats, a couple of pairs of jeans, a couple of sweaters, a bag, and a pair of boots. Like, what are your most worn pieces? And again, these are the accessories I'm talking about, or the pieces I'm talking about tomorrow. And I'm going to share my best category deals for coats and bags and everything on tomorrow's YouTube video. But ask yourself, what are the 5 things that I wear the most in this season? Those are the things you should be considering either buying another version of or possibly upgrading. Make these the highest quality pieces that you buy during Black Friday. This is where the majority of your Black Friday for you shopping budget should go. This ensures that every sale dollar is going to pay off in better outfits in your wardrobe. Okay, next, create a wardrobe scorecard for each potential purchase. If you're really struggling to decide on whether something is going to work for you, consider scoring it on a scale of 1 to 5 in terms of fit, in terms of flattery, in terms of color, in terms of versatility, comfort, and quality. So if you're rating 6 of those categories: fit, flattery, color, versatility, comfort, and quality, and you're rating them all 1 to 5, the higher that number gets to 30, the closer that number gets to 30, the more likely, the better that deal is for you. The more likely I would be to recommend it for you. So the higher that number is, the better the item is. Anything scoring under 20, 25 is a hard pass, right? So encourage yourself to go strategically through that checklist. Does it fit me? Does it flatter me? Is the color suitable for me? Is it versatile? Is it comfortable? Is the quality good? Okay, next, anchor to your color palette, not the sale page. You're going to go to Banana Republic or Loft, and they're going to have their own color palette. You need to infuse your color palette into your wardrobe, not their color palette. So look at your color palette and ask yourself whether the color palette of the store aligns with your color palette. Do not use this as an excuse or an opportunity to just default to neutrals. I know that a lot of people out there are telling you only wear neutrals over 50, skip patterns over 50. That's a personal style question. That's not something anyone else can tell you. But I will say, consider the colors that are your best colors, and look at any website through your color palette, not through theirs. Great price can't fix the wrong color. Okay, next, try on before you buy more. So if you're unsure about multiple items, order the one thing that you're most excited about. Like, for example, you're looking at Madewell, and Madewell has a great sale or whatever, but you haven't shopped Madewell in the past. If you can't get to a Madewell store or a store that sells Madewell, consider ordering one item as a try-on. It's just so you have an idea of what your size range is in that brand before you buy a bunch of pieces. Unless, of course, there's a really high risk of selling out. I will say that what you want to do is keep a size chart on your phone of your size in specific brands. This can vary dramatically. You can be a 2-in-1 brand and a 14. There's no 15 brand, a 14 in another brand. I've had clients who have had dramatic size differences between brands. It's not a reflection on you at all. It's a reflection on that brand, but it's important that you know what your size is in specific brands so you can shop the sales. Okay. Next, the 80-20 sales method. Focus on the 20% of items that give you the 80% of wear. Like what are those things we're going to wear the most? That's what we should be spending most of our money on. For most of us, it's outerwear, knitwear, denim, boots, bags. Those are the things that you're going to wear over and over and over again in fall, winter. Okay. Next, use the year ahead rule. Ask yourself, will I wear this next winter? I hinted at that. Will I wear this next winter? If not, it's a purchase that does not deserve a full price, definitely, and that you really should think twice about. Okay, now we're going to talk about understanding brand patterns. Like if you're shopping Anthropologie all year round, or you're shopping J. Crew or Banana Republic or whatever, these are ageless brands that I talk about. You want to make sure that you kind of know how J. Crew does sales or how Anthropologie does sales. And I'm going to talk brand by brand specifically. Buy gifts based on universal cozy. If you're looking at gifts, like we know that cozy gifts tend to do really, really well this time of year. So that's a fail-safe gift for everybody. PJ sets, throws, cozy socks, slippers, candles, jewelry, self-care kits. These are the things to maybe consider prioritizing as gifts this year because they tend to be everywhere. They tend to be affordable. There's one in every price point. Lean into timeless over trend. I kind of talked about that already. You want to go through the quality indicators when you're looking at buying something. So this is true shopping anytime. But like is it a flimsy knit or is it a dense knit that's going to hold its shape? Are the seams reinforced? Is there smooth, even stitching on the item? Does it have a high natural fiber content or is it mostly polyester? This is becoming increasingly harder, right? Is there a lining in that structured coat that you're looking at? Are the shoulders of that item tailored or do they droop? If the quality is weak, no matter what the price is, we're not looking at just price because you can get a bad quality you can get a bad quality item that's expensive. But if the quality is deep, no discount is worth it. Or quality is weak, sorry, no discount is worth it. Okay, 3-season rule. You want to ask yourself, is this something that I can just wear in December because it's that level of cozy? Or is it something that I can wear from early fall through late spring? Like the longer of a time period that you can wear it, the more you should consider investing in it. Here in Florida, I can wear a puffer maybe one day a year. So maybe a puffer is not the best investment for me, right? That you want to touch the fabrics if you're a tactile person. If fabrics are really something, I actually am. I have pretty sensitive skin, so I want to make sure that it's not going to be scratchy on me if I'm going to buy something. Okay, now let's talk about you want to replace your weakest link first. What is that item that right now is kind of dragging down your entire fall wardrobe or winter wardrobe? Is it your boots? Is it your bag? Is it your coat? And replace that item first. And then finally, this is so important. I've talked about this so many times. I cannot tell you, and I've worked with clients on this. Sometimes we have to change our mindset around certain things. Like if you are really, really wanting, I remember years ago, a client wanted a pair of Fry boots, and she ended up buying a lot of inexpensive boots that she did not like as much because she could not bring herself mentally to get over the hump of the price of Fry boots. Like she just couldn't get over that price tag of those Fry boots. But what she did was she spent the same price that she would have spent on the Fry boots on multiple boots, and she never loved any of those boots. Finally, she found a pair of Fry boots on Poshmark that were gently loved, and she bought them and she loved them, and years later she is still wearing them. So this is the thing, almost anything that you want you can find within your price range. We've never had more options and more opportunities to buy luxury items at affordable prices than we have now. One of the reasons I love a brand like Quince. But you're not going to be happy if what you want is a Burberry coat. You're not going to be happy with anything else. If what you want is a beautiful Penelope Chilvers riding boots, you're not going to be happy with anything else. So if you've got a specific like dream item in your mind, you want to go for that dream item. And just search until you can find it at a price you can afford. And trust me, you will be able to find it at a price you can afford. If you change your mindset. So you're not getting 3 $100 coats. You're going to buy that one $300 coat. Run your favorites through the capsule test. Ask yourself if it works with your existing outfits. Ask yourself if it works with your existing outfit formulas. You've helped me so much getting rid of clothes that you don't love and that don't love you back. Yes, I love this. I love this. We're always going to go back to, does it love me? Do I love it back? And is it modern? Okay, let's talk about, I'm going to skip to, oh, last tip. Use the wear tomorrow method. Would I wear this tomorrow? Would I wear this tomorrow? If the answer is no, you probably don't love that item. If it's like something you could wear in your everyday life, but you're not reaching for it and you can't even picture yourself wearing it this week, this, the next day, this weekend, that's an item you want to reconsider. Okay, I'm going to talk really quickly about brands and their sale patterns, so we kind of know what to look for. If you love J. Crew, you're going to see like discounts all the time. We're seeing 30 to 50% off certain items like on a regular basis, on a weekly basis. Black Friday doesn't seem to be all that much more like shocking at J. Crew as at any other time. They have the same deals all the time. They have the same sales all the time. But it is a great place, like when something's on sale, it's a great time to buy their wool coats, their heritage cashmere, their Italian boots, their dress pants, and their jewelry. They do really great jewelry, especially when they have collabs with like jewelry designers. So do not panic buy. If you miss a sale, you're going to have another one next week at J. Crew. J. Crew Factory, typically 40 to 60% off year round. Black Friday sales are not going to be much better. Great place to buy PJs, basic sweaters, things for kids. Like J. Crew Factory has like good basics. Banana Republic, typically 30 to 40% off. You'll see sales every few weeks. Black Friday can go up from 40 to 50% off. So it's a little bit higher than their regular sales, but not like dramatic. Great place for wool blend coats, tailored trousers, cashmere dresses, workwear. And a good place for elevated basics at Banana Republic. Okay, let's move on to Banana Republic Factory. Banana Republic Factory, we know the factory stores are always on sale. Sometimes on Black Friday, you'll get 20% extra on the factory items. It's a great place to look for work tops, sweaters, coats. Don't expect Banana Republic or J. Crew quality at the factory stores. You're not going to get it. So this might be a great place to buy some basics that you cycle through quickly, like white t-shirts that need replacing on a regular basis. And maybe you want to stick to the main brand for something like a good quality coat. Okay, Quince does not have much. I mean, they had that one day Black Friday sale last Friday, but they really, that's their one sale of the year. They really, because it is such a low priced brand and because they pride themselves on giving you the best price that they can, you're not going to see huge sales on Quince. So it's pretty much safe to shop Quince year round. Even their sale that they had on Black Friday was a limited percentage off, and it was on a limited selection of items. Okay, so yeah, feel free to shop them anytime. Everlane, same. You're not really going to see that many sales. Black Friday, during the Black Friday season, you will see a decent discount during Black Friday because they don't do a lot of sales the rest of the year. You can see up, from 10 to 40% off on Everlane. Very, very few things like really like sell out for the season on Everlane. So just, this is a good time to buy because their sales are pretty rare, but don't get caught up in feeling like something is going to sell out right away because that's not that typical. Madewell, typically 20 to 30% off the rest of the year, 30 to 40% off for Black Friday. They've got great denim. They don't restock that much on Madewell. So you want to really consider buying the pair of jeans that you've seen nice boots on ThreadUp. Yes. Thank you. My top. Thank you. This is from Petite Studio. So you really want, like on a place like Madewell, you want to consider, like if you're looking at their jeans, often they won't restock during the holiday season. So if you see a great pair of jeans on sale at Madewell, it's one of my favorite places for denim. Also great totes, bags, sweaters. Nordstrom, Black Friday's hit or miss at Nordstrom. You're going to see, deals across a wide variety of brands. Some of these deals are better than others. Sometimes I'm like, really? Is that really just a 7% sale? Like sometimes the sale is just negligible. Stick to known brands. Shop your favorite brands on Nordstrom if they're on sale. That's a safe bet. Nordstrom has a great return policy. Nordstrom Rack is already heavily discounted, but you will see some Black Friday deals. Often they're not that much better than their regular Nordstrom Rack prices. It's a great place to pick up like deeply discounted coats and cashmere. Anthropologie. they're typical sales. You know, they do have sales throughout the year, but they're not usually like doorbuster type sales. But on Black Friday, they often have 30% off site wide. And so you definitely want to consider that. I will say Bloomingdale's, and I do have a catalog. My catalog will be linked. But Bloomingdale's has like 25% off lots of category deals through Wednesdays through the 26th. That's why I'm telling you, shop this week. Shop this week. Anthropologie, you know, will often have 30% off site wide for Black Friday. Loft will almost always have sales of 40 to 50% off select items. They rotate through all of their items. Black Friday is not that much different at Loft. You might see a couple of items extra on sale, but it's not like a game changer. Zara, this is Black Friday is really one of their only real sales at Zara. Like they'll have other discounted items, but it's a good time to shop. Zara is on Black Friday. Shop early on Zara. Things do sell out fast. H&M, they always have some kind of sale going on. Black Friday, they're going to have an additional sale. I like shopping their higher end stuff on H&M on Black Friday. It's a great time to buy that stuff. Gap is always on sale, and Black Friday is not all that different at the Gap, you know, at the Gap than it is any of the rest of the year. Athleta sometimes will do 20 or 30% off their entire site on Black Friday, so look for that. LL Bean, 15 to 30% off is what we typically expect to see. This is based on what they've done in the past and kind of what I'm seeing a little bit this year. Land's End often has really, really good Black Friday deals. I've already bought some stuff on Land's End. I bought like long underwear for our trip on Land's End on sale, often 50 to 60% off for Black Friday. So that's it. I know I covered a lot and I went a little bit over, but I really kind of wanted to do like a deep dive. So I want to tell you tomorrow, I'm talking about the 5 fashion things you really should be considering buying on sale for Black Friday if you are in need of those items, if they're items in your wardrobe that you want to refresh. So tomorrow I'm going to share like my 10 best in 5 different categories that I would recommend buying on sale. And then on Friday, I'm going to talk about the 10 stores that have the best sales. And then I'm going to share just a couple of items from each of the stores. So, and I'll be sharing Black Friday deals and outfit ideas for the holidays all week long. And honestly, through the end of the year, I'm going to be sharing like sales and that type of thing. I, as you know, I'm a personal stylist, not an influencer and not a shopping pusher or shopping enabler. My goal is to help you find the best pieces in your wardrobe that you are going to continue to wear. So that's the goal of everything I do here. I hope that this was helpful. Thank you guys so much. I wanted to give you a breakdown of your favorite places to shop. And remember, there is no once in a lifetime, very, very few once in a lifetime buying opportunities. So don't let the sales like make you feel panicked and buy things that you are not going to end up using and loving. So I love you guys so much. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a like. Mwah! Yes, thank you so much. And I will see you tomorrow on YouTube. Bye.